All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful framework for making money online, especially now, in this new age of AI.
I mean, how many times have you heard it, right? Just try affiliate marketing or start a dropshipping store. Well, Dan Martell has a pretty direct take on all that. This quote just perfectly nails the frustration that so many of us feel with all that outdated advice that honestly just doesn't cut it anymore.
So, okay, if all the old tricks are dead, what's the new game plan? That's exactly what we're going to unpack. We're going to look at a super simple but powerful system that's designed to help you find the real opportunities in this completely new AI-driven world.
And here it is. This is the whole framework in one shot. Martell basically says every online business idea fits into one of 4 buckets: trash, easy, medium, or hard. This is our roadmap for today. And just look at how the income potential absolutely explodes as you go up the ladder. But notice how the time it takes explodes right along with it. First up, and this might honestly be the most important part, we need to talk about what to avoid. Think of this as the foundation. Before you build anything, you gotta know where the quicksand is, so you don't waste months or even years of your life chasing stuff that's designed to fail.
And you'll probably recognize a bunch of these, right? NFT flipping, day trading, MLMs, they all promise the world super fast, super easy. But that's the trap. Martell's point is that in these games, it's way easier to lose money than it is to make it. And then you have stuff like basic captioning or data entry, which AI is just completely taking over. They're basically dead-end jobs.
So, how do you spot these traps for yourself? Well, Martell gives us this super simple but really powerful 3-question filter. You can think of it as your own personal BS detector for any new business idea you hear. If the answer is yes to even one of these, the advice is to just run in the other direction. Okay, so we've officially taken out the trash. Now, let's get into the good stuff. The first bucket, where you can actually start making real money. This is the easy bucket, and it's all about getting those first few wins on the board and building some serious momentum.
The big thing to look at here isn't the income, even though $5,000 to $10,000 a month is great. No, the magic number is time to first dollar. We're talking 30 to 60 days. This isn't about getting rich. It's about getting paid fast. It's about building your confidence, learning how to actually sell something, and getting that first check in the bank.
Now, what does this actually look like? Well, it's all about simple, high-demand services that businesses need right now. Think about editing short-form videos for TikTok and Reels, or setting up a simple AI chatbot for a local restaurant. Martell even tells a story about his friend Mark, who had 0 experience, started a simple service just clipping up videos, and scaled it to $30,000 a month. Wild. Okay, so how do you actually land clients for this stuff? It's a simple 5-step playbook. 1, you have to create an offer that's based on an outcome, not on the hours you work. 2, focus on a specific painful problem they have. 3, make a concrete promise, like I will get you X result in Y days. 4, take away all their risk with some kind of guarantee. And 5, this is the most important one, do 1 outreach action every single day. That consistency is everything. It's non-negotiable.
So once you've gotten some wins and you're making consistent money in the easy bucket, it's time to level up. This next bucket is all about taking the skills you have and scaling them to solve much bigger and way more valuable business problems.
And to make that jump, you need this critical mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of yourself as someone who sells their time and start thinking of yourself as someone who sells an outcome. You're no longer just doing tasks. You're focused on driving revenue. Martell tells this great story about his media guy, Sam, who got a Porsche as a bonus, not because he worked a lot of hours, but because his work directly led to business results. That's the shift.
And you can see that shift reflected in the numbers. The income potential takes a huge leap here, up to $50,000 a month. Now, it takes a little longer to get there, sure, but this is the bucket where you start to build real, stable, and scalable income that you can rely on.
The kind of services you'd offer here are way more complex, and they're tied directly to a company's bottom line. We're talking about things like building automation agencies or creating an AI-powered system that helps a CEO get more clients on LinkedIn. These are the kinds of high-value services that successful businesses are absolutely desperate for. So how do you win in this league? 2 huge pro tips. First, you've got to build social proof. You need 3 to 5 solid case studies with measurable, undeniable results. You can even offer a discount at first just to get them. And second, you have to stop selling one-off projects and start selling monthly retainers. That creates predictable, recurring revenue, which, let's be honest, is the holy grail.
Okay, let's talk about the top of the pyramid, the hard bucket. This is the long game. This isn't just about making a great income anymore. This is about building a real asset, something you can actually sell one day. This is about building an empire.
And the numbers here are just on another level. We're talking $1 million a month or more. The income is basically unlimited. But look at the trade-off. The time to profit is 2 to 10 years, or even more. This isn't just a business anymore. This requires real leadership, complex systems, and a serious long-term vision.
This is the world where you're building your own software company, you're investing in other smart founders, or maybe you're buying a boring business like a laundromat and using AI to supercharge it. Or you're building a massive personal brand, like Mr. Beast did with his chocolate bars, to create your own deal flow. This is where you create true leverage.
And this playbook is basically Martel's own life story. He started as a coder at 17 and followed these steps to become a multi-millionaire. It's a clear process. Find what you're best at and aim it at a growing market. Build systems for everything. Hire a small team of absolute killers slowly. Weave AI into everything to make it more profitable. And finally, use content so that the best opportunities start coming to you.
Now, this next part is so important. It doesn't matter which bucket you choose, easy, medium, or hard. None of it matters if you get taken out by the single biggest enemy that destroys more entrepreneurs than anything else.
We all know it. It's shiny object syndrome. You're working hard on one thing and then, ooh, a new idea pops up that seems way better, way easier. So you drop what you're doing and you chase it. And then a month later, it happens again. You're just constantly resetting your progress back to zero. Martel says most people don't fail because their idea was bad. They fail because they didn't stick with it long enough to win.
So what's the antidote to this? It's this number, 1,000. Martel's advice is simple. Pick one path and commit to it for 1,000 days. That's a little less than 3 years. Give yourself that much runway, and you give yourself a real fighting chance to actually succeed.
And the strategy to actually stick with it is incredibly simple, but it's definitely not easy. First, you make that 1,000-day commitment, you write it down, you tell a friend, you make it real. Second, you document your journey and build in public. Post on social media, share your wins, share your losses. That public accountability is like a superpower that will drag you through the days you feel like quitting.
So there you have it. You have the full map from getting your first quick wins all the way to building an empire. The only question left is the one that only you can answer. Which path are you going to commit to?